Hi girls, sorry I'm not with you today. I am at the celebration evening rehearsal. So I'm making this video to give you an idea of what's going to be happening today in class. So first things first though, I want to just clarify that tomorrow will be when you are starting your show bag presentations. And personally, I'm really looking forward to them because I'm looking forward to seeing the diversity in the items that you bring and how you explain them. I'm looking forward to seeing the variety of bags that you have as well. So personally, I really am keen for tomorrow. I'm sorry if there was some miscommunication about when the presentations were. I guess next time, if it was my fault, I should check my timetable a bit clearer or a bit earlier and be a bit more clear about what day things are. But anyway, yes, I'm really looking forward to that. But coming back to today, so we have been working on poetry, and there is an assessment coming up where you will be writing a poem. Now, I know that some of you have already written a poem, which is great, and they have been really good so far. If you haven't really finished a poem yet, you've got some ideas there that you can actually be going on with. Some ideas that you might want to keep developing. So I'm going to explain this handout, which will be or has been emailed to all of you. So there are two components to this task. There's poetry writing and also a performance aspect. And this will be due at the start of week 4 on the 1st of November, which I think is a Wednesday. So you'll be handing in your written poem on that day, but you'll also be performing your poem on that day. All right. So what are you going to need? You're going to need one written poem that's handed in, proofread, and free from errors. This will be marked and assessed. We're going to go through a drafting process in a similar way that we did with our short stories or our creative writing earlier in the year. So we're going to draft your poem. You're going to receive feedback from your peers, hopefully in your table groups, before handing your final copy so that you've got some people to give you some feedback, maybe things that you can add or maybe things that you can adjust slightly. That will help you to do the best that you can with your poem. Okay, so a couple of things that you need to know about your poem. So your poem should have a clear idea or theme, and preferably pick something that you care about a lot or know well, because poetry is about expressing yourself. It's about expression. It's about taking your audience on a bit of a journey, showing your audience maybe something new. So preferably pick something that you really care about a lot or know well. Think about things that really matter to you. Think about things that really hit you deep, in the core of your being. It could be really serious things like bullying, or it could be things like the issues that you're currently going through as a teenager, or things that you think that teenagers need more advice on or need more guidance in. It could be something serious like advice that you would have given yourself maybe 5 years ago. Or it could be lighthearted as well. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you pick something that you care about a lot and know well. So obviously we want to make sure that you're putting in your best effort in writing, because of course this task is assessed, but also we want to make sure that you're developing as a writer, that you're not just settling for what's easy, but that you're really putting in your best effort to make sure that you're creating something that you can be proud of. And your poem has to have at least 3 poetic devices, which we have gone through, or will go through, in class. So the ones that we've gone through in class are onomatopoeia, metaphor, and to some degree as well rhyme. The others, simile, assonance, alliteration, imagery, repetition, we might not be able to get through all of them, but assonance and alliteration will definitely be 2 that we'll be focusing on soon. So that's your written poem, and your written poem will be read out and performed to the class. Now, we'll actually talk about the performance aspect of poetry at a later class, but I will post some videos on the portal where you can watch different slam poets and listen to different kinds of poems being read out. And what you'll notice about those is that they're not just being read out in like a boring monotone kind of voice, but they're really being expressed through the person's delivery. Now, The length of your poem when read out should go for at least 1 minute minimum and 5 minutes maximum. So not too long, but not too short as well. You can actually pack a real punch with a poem in 1 minute. 5 minutes, I guess you're looking at something that's kind of more like a story in a poetic form. So I'm not specifying the word limit because I don't want you to focus on the amount of words. Giving you a time limit, I suppose, gives you an idea of how to maybe develop your idea in a certain amount of time. And it also gives you an idea of maybe how you're going to be performing your poem on the given day. So if anything is confusing, you can email me or you can watch this video again. I hope that makes sense. Today you'll be working on your poem. You'll choose a topic and you'll think about how can you start developing your ideas.